Hey everyone, it's Sunday, December the 6th. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update and let me start off with a little bit of humor, if you don't mind. Um, I just wanted to let you know that there is one benefit that I have discerned in chemotherapy, and I've called it the PGS, or the partial grooming sabbatical. And what in the world I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, as you can probably guess, these are not necessary, and my razor is not necessary, and the shaving cream. Whoops! This is whipped dairy topping. Well, anyway, shaving cream is not necessary. Aftershave is not necessary, and shampoo and rinse is not necessary. So there are some pluses with chemotherapy for me. Now, I don't want to make light of chemotherapy because there are some things that you have to deal with. For example, of late, I've had a little bit of numbness in my feet, and that is one of the side effects and the beginnings of what could be neuropathy. But anyway, we're trying to manage that and deal with that. I appreciate your prayers about that. And certainly, we've met others at the hospital going through chemotherapy and having some significant challenges. And so I don't want to make light of anything, but just like to share a little humor along the way. But did want to give you an update because this last Thursday, the 3rd, excuse me, I had a PET scan, which is a full body scan, and the doctor came back with some good news. He said, we don't see any signs now of lymphoma. And so that is huge. And we're about halfway through the process because they are planning an additional 3 chemotherapy treatments, one just after Christmas, and then one in the middle of January, and probably the last one would be in early February. So that's what we're looking at this point. After those 6 chemo sessions, they will probably do another PET scan to see exactly what things look like at that point. And if we get a green light, we may then follow up in 3 months and see what the doctor says. So just a huge Thanksgiving on this end, and we're so appreciative of your prayers and your encouragement. And one other thing I'd mention too, on the PET scan that I had on Thursday, they did identify what they call some nodules in my thyroid. And so they ordered some additional lab work to be done to see what the levels were, and they came back normal. They also noted a enlarged prostate, which is not uncommon for people in my age group. And so they did some testing of PSA on that, and that came back within the normal range. So these are a couple things that they're going to keep their eye on, and after chemotherapy has concluded, they may order some additional testing to see where things are. So these are our prayer points, and again, Donna and I are so appreciative of your support and your prayers. I want to share finally yesterday, as we worshiped with our daughter-in-law and son-in-law and family at church, the pastor Matt Chandler shared from the book of Malachi, and it was a part of the Advent season and celebration. And he said, you might think this is an unusual passage to be speaking from, but I want to just read one of the verses that he identified because it made me think about a lot of different things, and particularly about some lessons learning through this time of chemotherapy. But it talks about the coming of the Messiah, coming of Jesus. And Malachi chapter 3 and verse 3, it says, he will be like a refiner and purifier of silver. He will purify the sons of Levi and refine them like gold and silver. Then they will present offerings to the Lord in righteousness. Just reminded me, this whole purpose of chemotherapy is to cleanse what shouldn't be in the body, take it out. And it's not an easy thing to go through cleansing, to wash away the filth and the dirt. And the pastor pointed out, in our lives, this is something that God's saving work is an ongoing process to cleanse us and to transform us into His likeness. So I'm just thankful for the opportunity to reflect and to learn through this time, and I do want to learn, and I do want to be able to present the kind of offerings to the Lord that are pleasing to Him. Again, we appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for your prayers, and we'll be staying in touch. God bless.